So it is now called Northwest Square. It's got apartments, it's got a food hall, even event spaces. David Martin has been showing it off this morning, and it's really beautiful. Hi, David.
Yeah, if you want to live in a former church, get in line because this place is sold out relatively quickly, actually very quickly. Good morning. It's my pleasure and honor to reintroduce you here to the owners of Northwest Square, Mr. Chris and Ms. Jessica Levings. Good morning to both of you. How are you?
Doing great. Good morning.
I've been enjoying the tour of this place. DeLand is lucky to have you. We're standing in one of your event spaces, which is what exactly?
This is the chapel, which was part of the education wing, built in 1959. It's our smallest event space, so great for an intimate wedding, seating up to about 80 people in here. And conveniently right at the end of the food hall next to the lunch vendors and wine and beer bar.
Nice. You've done a great job. All right, let's walk through the food hall here because we've got to remind our audience that it is a residential complex, but it's also open to the public, isn't it? People can come here and enjoy all the food. Is that right there?
We can. The bar, the food, the coffee shop opens every day at 7. The lunch vendors open at 11. So 7 days a week, you can come enjoy.
What was the challenge of converting a church into this? And how many years did it take?
It took 18 months from the time we got the permit to when we opened in September.
That's nothing.
Yeah. We did the rezoning while we were under contract. That was the construction time.
Okay.
And then we just opened in September.
That's amazing. Let's go ahead and look at one of the vendors here. Hey there, this is Trophy Shack. How are you doing? What's your name, my friend?
William.
William, what do you make? Wait. Look at the menu board here. The menu board is enormous. It would take me an hour just to read the menu board. But you specialize in Cuban sandwiches.
Specialize in Cuban subs, yes.
What have you presented here for us?
Okay, here we got, pointing out to you from the left here, we got the El Capitan. On my right here, we got the standard Cuban. Right above it, we got the Italian sub. In the middle here is called the Parmesan crusted Cuban. And here we got the Cuban twist.
Oh, you've done a great job. I'd like you to work, if you can, a little bit on your portions. This is a little too small, so maybe you could work on doubling the size of that thing. Okay.
Just the right size.
She's obese. This is great. Congratulations, my friend. I love it. Trophy Shack. All right, let's walk back down the hallway here again, Chris and Jessica, because this is the sort of like the underneath, the lower portion of the former church where the food hall is.
Yes.
You've got outdoor space for
We have the
live
courtyard,
music.
for music and private events and public seating.
Okay.
And they do yoga, public and private yoga classes
Let's
out
get
there
to the
as well.
bridal suite here. We'll get to the home gift shop in our next hour. But I want to make sure in this hour our audience gets to see one of the apartments, which is, as you mentioned, a bridal suite for the weddings you have here, right?
Yes, correct. So any weddings that are booked at Northwest Square, we have 2 day-of wedding lounges. One is downstairs, and the bridal suite is up here, really close to the ballroom.
And by the way, this is a 3-story residential apartment.
Yes, it's 3 stories on this side of the building. The addition is 2 stories.
This is cool.
This is our bridal suite here.
So the brides can sleep in here? Or is it just a hangout?
They could. We actually are able to convert it to an apartment if they wanted to sleep here also the night of their wedding, or we have the short-term rental in the downstairs.
Where we showed in the first hour.
Yes, but it is just strictly a bradle suite as well.
So, Chris, important to note, you made sure to keep the elements of the church in the walls and the floors, right, as much as you could.
Yes, and none of it showed when we bought the building. So the brick walls were covered with paneling. This flooring had been covered with carpet. So it was a process getting everything back and exposed, but it all has original materials. You can really see how the place was built.
And you went to church here as a kid.
I did, yes. So I remembered the building when I first saw it for sale.
So the city must have loved it when you came to them with the idea.
The city was very supportive.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a process. There was no easy way to do it, but they were helpful.
What's the website for all the information about future rentals that become available?
NorthwestSquare.com.
And on there you have the food hall vendors as well?
We do. Yep, we have all of our
And the
vendors.
events that'll happen
events
here?
And the on-site vendors for the events and what the spaces are available.
NorthwestSquare.com, ladies. I'll tell you, they've done a terrific job here. And when you drive by, you're like, oh, it's a nice church. Not knowing that you can live in it. And you can, but there's a waiting list. There will be a waiting list, certainly, after this broadcast. We'll show you more in our 10 o'clock hour. Back to you in the studio.
Oh, very neat. Really pretty, David.
Yeah,
Those wood floors are gorgeous.
And especially if you're someone that's religious, you get to live in a church.
There you go.